guys, how we all doing today? It's Sticky here with the Sticky's Cabana. What the hell was that? But anyway,
hot dogs!
Well, see, once again, man. But yeah, we're going to go over our podcast here. This
hot dogs!
Man, I'm going to have to check that out, ain't we?
Hot dogs!
Yeah, let's go check this out.
Welcome to the Glizness, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah.
We're a local fresh hot dog cart operating out of Columbia. We're going to be posted up at Sticky's, though, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely. Always
All right,
looking forward to doing it. Yeah.
Gonna get a dog?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a quarter-pound all-beef dogs for you. See if we can get the bun open.
Yeah. A little sticky.
Little sticky. That's how we like them around here.
Absolutely. Well, that's a big dog. It's a big wiener. Yeah.
You know, I don't hear that often, so I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. Looks great, man. Appreciate it. Man, them glizzies were the bomb, weren't they?
Glizness is the business.
That's right.
I mean, did
My
anybody
tummy full.
remember to feed the unicorn, though?
Oh, man.
I ate for the unicorn. What are you talking about? I ate enough. For
Well, that doesn't put food in the
unicorn.
unicorn's stomach.
I put food in my stomach. I'll tell you what. Oh, I need a nap.
There we
and
go.
make a happy jailbreak.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Selfish.
Well, folks, this is Sticky here with Sticky's Cabana Podcast, Episode 10, Season 2. And over here to my left...
Hello, everybody. It's your furry pal Topher.
And on the couch this week, we've got...
DMIDD.
And DJ Jailbreak.
There we
Welcome,
go.
fellas.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So
Another beautiful day in the she shed.
It is. So why don't y'all tell us a little bit about yourselves?
I go by DMIDD. I actually chose that name because it is my name. My name is Dustin Middleton, and I feel like the important part of expressing yourself as an artist is to be yourself, so...
I just caught that.
That name just made the most sense to me. But, I make music. I'm learning how to produce. Trying to, create positive environments for people to perform in, and you guys are definitely helping make that happen.
Thank you.
Once again, I go by DJ Jailbreak. The story behind where I came up with that name is a long one. To shorten it down, when I first started DJing about 11 years ago, I was DJing on an iPad, and the controller I had at the time looked like a little toy. It was like probably that big, and but I was using an app on the iPad to DJ, and when I got my new mixing board, I couldn't use the mixing board with the iPad unless I did what was called jailbreaking the iPad. So, and I have a lot of technical background and technical stuff, so that's kind of where the name originated from, but now it's like, it's got a new meaning where it's like breaking free of the norm, which is jail.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long have y'all been performing?
I mean, technically, I had my first show that I would say was me actually trying to do something as an artist when I was about 16, 17-ish. Kind of dabbled in some me and my guitar stuff on open mics here and there, but with hip hop, I've really only been doing that for about 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There we go.
It just made sense because I've always liked both genres. So
Yeah.
I've been DJing for about 11 years now. I started when I was in college, which was about almost 11 years ago. And I've been producing for about 6.
Okay.
So,
Well, there we go, for sure. So let's talk about some shows that y'all have coming up here. What all do you have?
Right now I have Trizzy Fest. I think all the shows that I have coming up right now are actually all at Sticky's Cabana.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have Trizzy Fest.
April 8th.
April 8th, and then I think I'm not sure when I'm going in on that, but it'll be fun. It's always nice to collaborate with new artists. I think the guy who's running Trizzy Fest is actually performing at my showcase that I set up for the 14th and 15th of April.
Yep.
I'm calling it the Midwest Outreach Project. And what I'm kind of trying to do there is, as an artist, I've noticed, especially in the hip hop industry, usually you have to pay for a slot, and I feel like that kind of hinders and makes you kind of unmotivated sometimes as an artist, because it's just I still got to make sure I got gas to get back and forth to work for the week. you know? So, like, what I'm kind of trying to push with that project and getting it out there is, you know, normalizing not paying for slots for showcases and just having it as it is what it is, which is pretty much like, you know, just a hip-hop open mic for people to be able to come out and showcase their talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that definitely goes along with our mantra of we are not a pay-to-play venue.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely will not ever, have not ever be pay-to-play.
I mean, and your percentages are more than generous, which makes it easier to be able to invest into, like, you know, your next show that you set up.
Exactly.
Like, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, next year it's going to have, you know, Midwest Outreach Project T-shirts and stuff like that. So it's like you give a great opportunity to build and move forward.
Yeah, you got with me and you said, you asked, hey, can I get a weekend? I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Right.
Yeah. So why not? And then you also have June 10th.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Was that Easy
Wavy
Mac?
Mac.
Wavy Mac.
Wavy Mac,
Sorry.
yeah. Wavy Mac coming out of Michigan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you said he was coming from
Yeah,
Michigan,
let's
too.
not step on Kraft's copyright.
Yeah.
Sponsor me.
What about you? You got any shows coming up other than, I know you're with Midwest Outreach.
I am.
Yeah.
I have my normal residencies, which are every weekend. So
Yeah.
I play at Gold Bar and Plush Lounge here in town, and I have a couple things in the works for the summer. Some stuff that I'm still kind of talks with, but quite a few shows potentially coming out of the lake. So, and I'll have more about that later on when everything's secure. But just normal residency stuff, and then the
Midwest Outreach
project. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
So that's what I've got going on right now.
Sounds like a good time, for sure. So both of y'all have performed at the Cabana before.
Yes.
Tell us what y'all think of the Cabana.
I love though it's not technically correct, the whole no genre like mantra that you guys have there, because it's nice because you don't go in there just thinking, especially with me who likes to do experimental stuff like my song Sorry, like, you know, because like not a lot of people with hip hop are doing that kind of content, especially like, you know, for like showcases and stuff. So being able to have a venue where I can actually express like the artistry that I enjoy, like, because I can write a twerk anthem. I mean, who doesn't like to see a girl shake her ass as a straight male?
There you go.
I'm just saying. So who doesn't like a twerk anthem? But I can, you know, I can write those all day. But it's real nice whenever I can actually express, like, you know, the more vulnerable, real side of why I like to do music.
There we go.
And you guys give a good environment for that.
Yeah. And you performed there as well last year.
I
didn't you?
did, and I'm kind of going to piggyback off what Dustin said, but I'm also going to say that you know, I like that it's an open genre and it's a kind of a F genre style venue, and I like that you have a wide variety of different style of acts. I have noticed a lot of, as someone that's been in the community for quite a while, I've noticed the venue pop up a lot more, and a lot of artists that but it's not just certain niches, and I really like that. I like how you guys are not just saying, okay, we're just going to do EDM or hip hop. You know, like you guys trying to make it a wide variety so it doesn't become so cliquey.
Like literally everything from country to hip hop.
Yes, exactly.
Like I'm sure there's a couple American folk acts in there.
We do have.
I love that. I love that.
Our Pippa from our podcast last week.
She plays bluegrass. She does the fiddle, you know, and everything.
You say Celtic and I'm going to hit you.
I was going to do it just to mess with him. Celtic music. You know.
Celtic music is cool. There's a lot of cool instruments that come out of that genre. Yeah, quite a few that I can't pronounce that I want to buy.
For sure. But yeah, we have everybody. We have all genres out there by far. Blues, metal, rock, country.
Right.
We have, you know, hip hop.
Everything.
Everything's been out there, I think, and still to come.
I think the only thing we haven't done is actual world music.
Yeah.
Which, hey, if you're an artist out there looking to perform in the Columbia area and your world music, hit us up.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are booked solid this year.
That happened quick too. I'm glad I grabbed that weekend.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like a day or two after I had everything booked and set up. And had everything set up. You were just like, that's good, because I literally just filled the last spot, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's awesome is we're a DIY venue, and this year I don't think we had to go and seek anybody out. They were all coming to us.
Yeah.
In our third season.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great
How in the
vibe.
heck does that happen?
By good customer
Yeah.
service.
Pretty much.
Not being judgmental.
Yeah.
Right.
Letting everybody in. Yeah.
Well, that follows along with our philosophy of you do you with respect, but
Right.
bring yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sure. So what local artists would you like to perform with that you haven't yet?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very not conscious of a lot of local artists until people introduce themselves to me as an artist. Because even when especially when I'm creating music, like I'm not even listening to the celebrity artists that I like because I keep my ear to that. As far as local artists that I've met that I like, there's Dala. He's with Woe ENT. He has a lot of cool tracks that I like. There's a couple other guys on Woe that I think are pretty cool. There's this guy, Jetboy Val. He's actually who makes these shirts right here. He made this one for me.
He's performing. He's
performing at my showcase and all that. But he runs a Blacktop Entertainment, I think is what it's called. And he's going to be selling merch, so you're going to be able to see a lot more of what he's created. And he's actually really dope with it. Like, he showed me a lot of his designs that he hasn't dropped yet. And he's going to have a pretty cool catalog this year.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have anybody that you would like to perform with that you haven't yet?
I've been blessed to have had the opportunity to work with a lot of the local hip hop and a lot of the DJs here in town. But there's two artists in both genres that I'm open format. I just want to say that I'll play any genre. I can play for almost any crowd, any genre, which I like to keep it very open like that. But in the two genres that I work in the most, the EDM and the hip hop community, love to do a show with Pound Game Madison, and I would love to do a back-to-back set with DJ Requiem. Rec has been a huge inspiration, and in my personal self, I've always idolized him as someone that I want to get on that level. So, yeah.
Well, that kind of goes in with another question then. Which artists inspire you all the most?
Man, I have several genres.
Okay. That's okay.
I mean, as an artist, as far as like creating music and not even on like the writing and like the lyrics and all that, I feel like a lot of who inspired me was there was Chris Adler from Lamb of God. He's the drummer. There's Eddie Van Halen. I'm going to put Eddie Van Halen before him because if it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen and Stevie Ray Vaughan, I probably would have never picked up a guitar. But like. And that's really kind of what drove me into like being creative with music and being able to like train my ear for tones. As far as hip hop and lyrics go, like obviously I'm into Eminem. That was the segue into hip hop. But Ice Cube is one of my big ones because he's a storyteller, and there's not a lot of people who are like that in the hip hop community. Recently, there's Joyner Lucas, who's what I would call another one of the storytellers, but he's more recent. Kevin Gates. There's I have a whole laundry list. There's all sorts of artists that I really like that I draw inspiration from, like, even like Juice WRLD. There's that Rod Wave, that dude on TikTok with the curly hair that sings that, what was it? I don't like who I am when I hurt you. That thing, like, because like his voice, like, is really has a really unique voice that I find inspiring.
There we go.
Especially when writing hooks.
There we go. Yeah, and then you've already mentioned one. I know.
Yeah, that one was more of a local artist. I in the rap game, Juice WRLD and Juice WRLD was a big inspiration, and a lot of the new modern day rappers and people are like, well,
I didn't even think about JID in them too.
Yeah, JID is a big one.
Yeah.
J. Cole. And people are gonna some people might not like this other one, but Kanye West. And not because of their music, but because from someone that was the kid that ate lunch by himself, that was always bullied, and that was always told he would never do anything with his life. Those guys can relate, and they can come from nothing to something. And I relate more on an inspiration on their personal level rather than their music. So those are just a couple of the artists, and there's a lot more that I can go into, but it's just more of an inspiration to me to see people that came from nothing to something.
Makes sense.
So, yeah,
makes sense.
Right there with you.
Yeah. 100%.
Though there is something to say about the way Kanye's been behaving lately.
Absolutely.
I love his music, but there's just certain things that you deal with in a more personal life.
I agree.
Respect yourself.
Yes.
Yep.
So, what kind of goals do y'all have with what you with what you do?
With what I do, part of my 3-year plan that I'm about a year into right now is just being an established artist in Colombia and moving forward from there. I'm thinking about trying to get established in KC after I get something going here and the world. I'm just trying to make music until I can't anymore. That's really what I want to do. And I mean, we all want to get paid, but realistically, the reason I cling so strongly to music, I think, is because it's like whenever I was a kid, I didn't like to exercise, but I loved to skateboard. Like I love music. Like it's what makes me feel okay when I'm not okay. Like depressing music makes me happy. Like it's like it's been like my one godsend, my one savior through all of my sort of struggles. So in the end, I just want to be able to create music.
Music is medicine.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look back at the ancient elders and all of that, I don't want to misspeak. I don't know if it's Chinese, Japanese, but the character for music is not very far removed from their character for medicine. And they realized that way back when.
That's really cool. There's a lot of cool instruments that come out of that area too.
Oh, you got something else?
Yeah, I was going to say on the music is medicine thing. So I've had a lot of people that have told me the exact same thing, but a personal story of mine is that you wouldn't be able to pick it up probably, but I have Tourette's. And I've had them really bad when I was in school, had the really bad verbal and the motor. And I was very blessed and fortunate to develop the ability to not only sense when they were coming on, but have also learned how to cope mentally with them to cancel them out. And I'm going to say that one of the things that helped stop my tics dead in their tracks was listening to music. Music helped me hyper focus on stuff, like on what instruments they were using. Even in high school, like when everyone was like doing their thing, I'd have my headphones in, listening. I was a big Michael Jackson fan back in the day, and that was before he died. Yeah. Before everyone loved him again. But I loved not the lyrics per se, but how his songs were structured. How they, all the different instruments they used. And I was trying to learn what instruments were used and how they did this effect and how they did that and that and that on a production standpoint. And by being able to hyper focus and try to emulate those sounds, even though I didn't know what I was doing back then, I was still learning, I wasn't hardly having any tics. So music has been a blessing for me more than I can even say.
Music is medicine.
It is.
There you go.
It is.
There you go. Sure. What would you say is your top 3 bands / artists that you've listened to in the last 3 years?
I mean, you heard my rant on the ones that inspired me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, lately, I have to give a lot of props to Kendrick Lamar's Big Stepper album. That I've been listening to that a lot, and especially as far as whenever I'm creating beats, whenever I'm creating beats or just music in general, I have T-Pain in my head because he had this tangent he went on about making something different. Be bold, be different. I don't want to hear the same thing I've been hearing over and over again. And I always have that in my head while I'm creating. And whenever I think of things that stand out to me, it's Kendrick Lamar's Damn album and that album.
Yep.
Like, just because, like, production-wise, they do a lot of crazy stuff that you don't usually hear in hip-hop. And so, like, I would put him up there. Who would I put? Dr. Dre. I have to put up there as like the OG. Like he's one of the ones that like, because I wasn't even really into hip hop until I listened. I was into Eminem because I mean, who's not into Eminem? But I wasn't really into hip hop as I am now until I listened to The Chronic, and then it was just like it was over. Like I heard that and I was like, wow, metal, hip hop. And I've just been like kind of like on the in between. I flux between both of those now.
Makes sense.
Hip hop's easier on my voice than metal is. So.
Coming from a vocalist standpoint, it's all in your delivery.
Oh yeah,
and
true.
Because I don't do the Cookie Monster guttural screaming. Right. None of that.
That's kind of why I stepped out of.
You can bring, and there are multiple examples I could put out there, but you can be melodic and use a singing voice and still be successful in the
like there's a
metal genre.
I can't remember the artist's name, but the vocalist for Killswitch Engage.
Okay.
Jesus.
There you go.
But like him, like he's one of those ones I'd say, because he doesn't do the gutturals, but he does do screams. But like his vocals, as far as singing, are very melodic. And as far as like metal artists that I would kind of like look up to, it would probably be Chad Gray from Mudvayne. Like just because he's like the same way. Because especially when I was going through that transition of like hip hop, metal, you know, shock rock, hip hop, and it was him that kind of made me realize they're kind of the same. Because if you listen to the way that he chops up, like in I Am In, he does it, and I'm trying to think of one that's more popular that they did, World So Cold. Like the part where he like breaks into the hook and he starts chopping up the lyrics. It just made me think of like, you know, the way Eminem or Tech Nine would chop. And then it made me think about Slipknot, and then it made me think about Tech Nine and Slipknot. And it's just like, well, then why am I nervous about being in hip hop whenever it's like,
That's what
kind of
you're already
interchangeable, like you know, yeah.
I'm gonna go more on a producer standpoint because I'm more in it for the production quality and the sound than I am for the lyrics. But there are some songs that the lyrics catch me. But I'm more like being a producer and DJ. I love the sounds more, honestly. But my top 3 in the last 3 years, anything that Mustard has put out, DJ Mustard, anything by Metro Boomin's pretty good. And then number 1 right now, and I'm really like, I love the way his sound is Wheezy Outta Here. Wheezy Outta Here, literally like, he takes, if you ever know what anime is, he takes the anime theme, his stuff, his instrumentals could be on hard and be anime like music videos. Like he has that like when like for example, like some of his sound is like you're about to go into war or battle or whatever, and then it just goes trappy, dynamic, hard, trappy 808s, and just with that like war sounding.
Yeah, I was about to say, he definitely puts some bass in his.
He
shit.
does.
Like
he
if
does.
you want to try and break the hinges off of your trunk, you know, just
playing mostly because mostly Gunna or Little Baby or Future.
We don't know about Gunna right now. Though.
We don't. We
aren't going to get.
I'm
into
just
all
saying
that.
those are majority of the artists that have been on instrumentals that Wheezy Outta Here has produced.
Yeah.
So in the last 3 years. So yeah.
Well, that's what you're going to love about our new system this year is we've added a couple of 15-inch subs with their own amplifiers, so we're definitely going to be able to hit harder and deeper this season.
Yeah. Sure.
I like when my soul slightly shudders, like my heart's going to stop.
So you never do that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So is there an artist or a song that you all listen to that would surprise people?
Actually, I think I might have several of those.
Do you?
Elton John's one of them.
Yeah.
I really fuck with Elton John. King, legend.
Yeah.
That's the second time we've heard his name this year.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
That was like, especially when I was like a kid and I was in like my metalhead days, Rihanna was like the guilty pleasure. It was just like, I can't let my friends know I have this.
Right.
Like, but she was always fired. Like I just like her voice and everything. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like probably those, but I feel like Rihanna's less surprising now that I'm in hip hop and doing that kind of stuff. But I feel like Elton John would surprise most people.
That
Blues
sounds like a
Traveler.
good one.
I like
Yeah.
them a lot too.
There you go. John Popper
Yeah.
is harmonica best.
Right.
There we
I
go.
just love that he got arrested for having a Kalashnikov AK-47, two, and a rocket launcher or something like that in the back of his Jeep while he was driving through LA. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that is the most rock and roll shit.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure. For sure.
yeah. That was a crazy story.
I can imagine. I haven't heard that one yet. I'll have to
I hadn't
I'm gonna
either,
have to
but-
check it out.
I mean,
I
it
can
might just
believe
be
it.
on some Reddit shenanigans, but it made me laugh.
I can imagine. I have to check it out. So, what would you say that you?
I have Kesha, some Kesha, and then if we're gonna go one more, Children of Bodom. which is like melodic screamo.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
I've known you for how long?
There's a guilty pleasure. So like a lot of the instrumentals I've been building are more melodic hip hop and melodic EDM. A lot of that melodic roots comes from inspiration from Bodom.
That makes sense.
So Bed of Razors, Blood Drunk. Blood Drunk's one of my all-time favorite songs by them. Better rate. I mean, I'm a big Bodom guy. I'm a big Bodom guy. I ain't gonna lie. Lexi Laho, he was amazing at what he did, and he was part of one of the members of Children of Bodom, and one that I remember the most. But man, that was.
Didn't they have a banjo solo?
I don't remember.
Songs?
I don't remember. I'll have to check into that. But yeah. So those are two. So a wide different variety.
That was insane.
You know, like unicorns and glitters to burning churches and
unicorn
sacrificial ponds. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I go both ways. So, you know,
from Daft Punk to deathcore.
There you go.
And on that note, we're going to take a slight commercial break, and you'll hear a word from one of our sponsors. Show Me Guitars is your only full-service, locally owned music shop, with a full retail showroom offering all the top name brands for guitar, bass, and amplification. They offer the highest quality instruments with the lowest possible pricing. And don't forget, Show Me Guitars also has your favorite accessories and add-ons, including an entire effects pedal section. Not interested in new? Not a problem. Show Me Guitars has plenty of used items to choose from. They are also happy to take your old trade-in to get you into something new. And here's the kicker. Show Me Guitars has a Fender certified repair shop for guitars and amplifiers. With over 20 years of experience, Show Me Guitars is here to help. Call them at 573-442-9141 or stop by at 3906 Peachtree Drive in Columbia, Missouri, 65203 on the south side. And we're back. But a quick little insert here. In the she shed, at the time of this recording, in the upcoming week, we are going to have 2 Cabana birthdays. Yeah, one is our Sticky here on, let me get the dates right.
Monday.
The 13th, Monday. And our fabulous hostess, the owner of the She Shed, will be turning 21 again on March 19th.
For the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday to our Cabana family.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
There we go. So we had spoke, a while back and talked to you about maybe doing a little performance for us. You feel good?
I lied.
You lied. I knew it.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I can try and spill a little something.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it sucks, you have to tell me, though.
Okay, fine.
Actually, before I get into it, too, this is a beat that I made. Like I said before, he's recently started teaching me how to produce. This is actually one of the beats that I'm going to put on sale, and I'm only going to put them on for like $25 a piece, because it's like I don't really feel like I can charge much more than that, because I've only been doing it for a short amount of time. But this is actually one of the beats that I'm going to be putting up for sale pretty soon. Alright. Actually, I'm just going to go with the one I was going to go with first. But same spiel, a beat that I'm trying to sell. The motivation that makes me a little crazy leaves my eyes kinda hazy, lazy. The way that I see most of these people telling me that I need to stop hesitating. But I've been on this ground for so long in a couple different genres now. I'm really just trying to hit my upswing and get out of the Midwest so I can stop getting fake texts from all these people telling me I need to pay to invest in my future. But honestly, I'd rather be a shooter, making sure that I get past my competition like a looter. Federally invested, making sure they understand no contestant could ever come to me thinking that they can best it. Who? Me, the kid. DMIDD, known as DMIDD, and they can't stop me. Honestly, anybody that says they can is perjury. Cause lately I've been out here and I just wanna, and really I just wanna feast. I'm trying to eat. The beast inside of me is never staked. I need to get out of the situation where money isn't a problem. I want the life I can live, not the one I can afford, huh? Yeah, fuck it. Part of that was strong. Yeah, but that's one of my beats.
Right on.
And did you have a beat you wanted to play, Chris?
Yeah, I got
Yeah. Let's promote all the homies here, right?
I like that harpsichordical.
It's a classic nylon string guitar sample that I was playing with. Yeah. It's okay to create music with samples. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Just give proper credit.
Oh, of course.
Whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and play this beat that I made.
I'm never ready. No, that's just play it, yeah.
This is one that I made that he's heard, so here we go. Shout out to Weezy out of here for the inspiration.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do something different.
Get it.
I've been climbing my way to the top, and I know everybody's trying to stop me. I just want to see the day when I'm dodging paparazzi in a Maserati. I know that I can change the game. These people cannot maintain the same energy that I have been trying to bang. Why? Because I am insane. A different kind of menace, making sure I can show range. Greatly how I can go insane. Not every single time that I touch the mic, but honestly lately I can get a little raised. Up out of this situation I've been trying to get in. All these motherfuckers think that I lack precision, but I'm showing them that I win with persistence. Yeah. And that's why I'm gonna be at the top. Cause I ain't worried about the money, I'm worried about the respect. And these people ain't ready to watch me flop, not yet. Because when I do, I'm just gonna come back a little stronger. And these motherfuckers ain't ready because I've been doing this shit. Because I keep a boulder on my back just so I can support the heavy, so I can support the pressure when it gets heavy. Right, yeah. Something like that, that's solid. I forgot about that beat.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like
That
that.
was very fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to rap fast. I blame Tech 9.
Yeah.
I blame Tech 9 and Eminem.
Yeah. Well, the
I guess
first
I have to
time,
give credit to
the
Hobson.
first one that you did, it reminded me a lot of Eminem. So, yeah.
That was all off the top too, so judge me if you want. I don't care. I tried.
That was good.
Off the brim of the cap, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
bringing it live,
Yeah.
no practice.
This is the first time I've done that too.
Jumping out there. And,
Right. And what's crazy is like Tim Westwood and Sway in the Morning freestyles are like what made me want to start pursuing this.
Sticky's Cabana. brought
Sticky's
it out.
Cabana freestyle
There we
Cypher
go.
session Sunday. Oh, Saturday.
Saturday.
Sorry.
There we go. So this little segment of the interview here, we kind of like to have a little fun and kind of let people see the lighter side of the musician. Let them see a funnier side sometimes, you know, because it's not always all about music. Sometimes it's about the person.
Oh yeah, it's always
So,
about the person.
you
That's
know
why
what
you
I'm
make
saying.
music.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the heart.
Yeah.
From the heart. So we have 3 questions that we like to ask. And the
No.
first one, no,
I'm just
and
kidding.
no.
Okay. So
All right. No. So the first one is, do you have a favorite conspiracy theory cryptid? Anything like that?
There's so many
There is.
options.
How deep down the rabbit hole? do you
I mean, I don't know.
wanna
There's
go?
a lot of cool ones.
Oof.
When it comes to Illuminati and all that, the Anunnaki stuff is pretty entertaining. But it's a lot. There's so many. The Zionist Jew conspiracy that Kanye's been talking about is a lot, but also very interesting. Man, there's so many. Did we land on the moon?
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Did
go.
we land on the moon?
Oof.
That one I'm kind of torn about because, you know, it's how can you keep that many people involved in a project silent?
Right.
Well, I feel like it's not outside the realm of possibility of it happening because we already had Sputnik way before that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like getting things into space has already happened and scared the shit out of America at that point. But yeah, like I don't know. That one I liked because I actually had a boss when I worked at Tap House who did not believe that we landed on the moon. That was his stands on it. So we would leave little passive aggressive notes that say we landed on the moon and tape them to like the cutting boards and stuff like that. So we'd pull them down. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Is Walt Disney's head really buried somewhere in Disneyland?
There you go.
I thought it was cryogenically frozen, but
I mean, it might be frozen and buried. I mean, we don't know.
yeah, but then you've got to have it in the cryo chamber and
But what if he's an alien and he's still like alive and like still like
Nah.
orchestrating things?
That was gonna actually be one of mine.
I love aliens.
No,
I have to believe it.
I wasn't gonna go into
The universe is too big.
I agree.
we would, I've said this before on the podcast, is we would be entirely too conceited as a race, as a species, to think that we are the only
Right.
Right.
life form here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, it's like they sequence the DNA of octopus, and it's like no other creature on the planet.
And they make friends. Like
So
with other...
Are
species,
octopi
yeah.
aliens?
Right.
Are they from another world?
Same
We
thing
don't
with...
know.
I mean, this might also be because I recently read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but dolphins could be aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
You know?
Yeah. My conspiracy theory, I got a good one, is what happens when celebrities die? Do they actually die or do they die?
Yep.
They're all clones, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look,
Yeah.
my conspiracy theory on this is that, look, we don't know what happened to Biggie. We don't know what really happened to Tupac.
Yeah, we do.
And did Michael Jackson actually die? Like, I feel like they
I mean, he was under a lot of heat. I
I'm
feel like
just
Michael
saying.
Jackson had a good reason to disappear.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Did
saying.
they finally have enough money to just dip?
Send him off
Right,
and
to just be gone.
give him a new identity, you know, whatever, or have him on an island where they all go, or where some of them go, and you never hear from them again. Their identities are changed. Wouldn't put it past them.
Well, and like
Yeah.
Michael hadn't already gone through enough cosmetic
Right.
surgery that
Right.
he wouldn't do it again
Right.
to change his features.
Exactly. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
You know, like the great thing, you never see LaToya and Michael together at the same time.
Yeah.
So are they
Yeah.
brother and sister, or are they the same person?
Have you seen that guy that's popped up saying that he's Tupac, though?
Yeah, I have.
It's pretty convincing as far as the teeth and stuff, but the tattoos don't exist.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing is, like, even with, like, if you got a tattoo removed, there's scarring.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd see something there.
And I've got one more.
Okay.
Is Drake innocent?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
In this whole-
That's obvious. Are you talking about the XXX?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
hell no. What do you mean? He got out of being part of the case and then said he was going to retire from music.
Yeah.
He's like maybe in his 30s, mid 30s, right?
Yep.
He have no reason to quit music yet.
Yeah.
The only reason you're trying to disappear is because you want to get somewhere where they can't pull you.
Yep. Yeah.
And even the thing that gets me the most about that one, and like, you know, Illuminati shoot me or take me, XXXTentacion even said, if I die, Drake did it.
Yep.
And they never once questioned Drake after that
And you know
until
what?
recently.
You know what's interesting is that in his "I'm Upset" music video, he has lyrics in there about the $50,000,
That's right.
and that dropped the day, or they recorded it the day XXX was killed. So
Yep.
I feel
I forgot
like
about that part too, yeah.
I feel like that's not. There's some conspiracies
Guilty.
in there, and I don't know. I don't know.
I guess at this point it is conspiracy, but
Yep.
guilty.
Yep. It would be considered conspiracy because nothing has been
Nothing's been proven.
So that's why I was like, you know,
He might not have done it directly, but it's not like he doesn't have the money to
Right.
make it happen.
right.
There we go.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but still, speaking as a performer, and I'm sure you two will probably agree, is if music is that much a part of you,
Mm-hmm.
or you are that much a part of music,
Uh-huh.
in your 30s, and you want to X out,
Yeah.
no.
Very
Yeah.
It's
It's
if
very,
you're
very
in
suspect.
it, if it's in you,
Yeah.
it's a part of your id. It's
Mhm.
Yep.
you don't get away from
Nope.
it.
Nope.
You
Nope.
can't, because if you are a true musician,
Mm-hmm.
that is your life.
You literally keep performing until you die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we go to the next one here for y'all.
Yeah, let's get a little more
A
lighthearted.
little
Yeah,
more
sorry.
lighthearted. No,
Sorry
no,
about
no.
that.
That's
Hey,
good.
like,
we
that's
like
why I said
elaboration.
the conspiracy theories. Once you sent me that list of like
Yeah.
what to expect, I was just like, "That's loaded.
Yeah,
That is so loaded."
it definitely is. We got a question from one of our patrons. They want to know how come you can purchase 100 fish sticks at a time, but not 100 mozzarella sticks.
Because people want mozzarella sticks more, so they want people to spend more on them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Supply and demand. There we go.
Supply and demand.
That's the first time we've had that answer.
It
Yep.
is. It is.
Yep.
My
And
logical brain can
we
do
did
only
look
so
up
much.
on Amazon. We got a link sent to us on Amazon.
Oh, did you find a $100?
192.
192
Wow,
count
they
pack
went
of
full. Maybe they
mozzarella
heard about your
sticks.
podcast and they just had to create that just to like be like, no,
Yeah.
you know what
Talk
I mean?
about being stopped up.
Right.
Man.
God.
Hey, listen, if the Cabana
Just trying
and
to
our
get ready to
podcast can blow up that big that they actually want to create a product,
Stop them.
there you go. Please let us become that big.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the last one here, tell us an embarrassing moment that happened to you.
I shit my pants while I was doing that freestyle and nobody said anything about it. Thanks for being polite. No.
You're welcome, buddy. It's all good. All good.
No, Man, there's a few. Which ones am I willing to talk about?
Yeah.
Well, there was this one time when I was a kid and I was teaching a friend's a friend's brother had a skateboard, right? And you know how you are when you're a kid. You do the tough guy talk and all that bullshit. I was teaching him how to drop in. He was doing a great job. Fell a couple times, but he was getting where his feet needed to be down. Last time he did it, he kind of just face planted, rolled over, and started crying and stuff. And I was like, "You're all right. Come on, you can do it." And like I was like, trying to get him to go over, and somebody from the mountain comes down and is just like, "Bro, he can't get up." And when I looked down at his knee, it looked like his kneecaps like moved down there. Ooh. I felt like such an asshole because I was talking shit, like just trying to motivate him to try again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for me.
The try was gone.
Yeah, the try was gone. He couldn't try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all I can say is, ouch.
Right. Yeah.
I've dislocated my patella before, and I can tell you that is not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, no, I've shattered. I actually don't have an ankle. I have a metal plate and like I think 12 or so screws because I shattered my ankle skateboarding when I was like I think 18 or 19. Ouch.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a pleasant experience.
No.
Actually, that was a pretty funny story too. My dad we ended up going to. My dad has a friend. I'm not going to mention names and all that, but my dad has a friend who worked for the athletic department at one of the colleges over here for the basketball team, and we went over to his son's basketball game because it was just down the street from where I got hurt. And what he told my dad was, "Well, there's two things we can do. You can go get it X-rayed, or we can put his foot in a bucket of ice, and if he passes out, it's broken." And the fact that the look on my dad's face was questioning what to do there kind of hurt my feelings, but we ended up going and getting it x-rayed.
Good call, Dad.
Right.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
I still think that's one of my like top tier like funny like embarrassing stories. Yeah, that was good.
I'm waiting to hear jailbreaks because I think there's something interesting.
He's got something going
there.
on.
I've got two.
I'm watching those.
They were both really big performances.
Okay.
Embarrassing moments. So the first one was one of the very first famous people I did a show opener for, and I opened for Snoop Dogg when he came to the Blue Note. Nice. And I was with Nick Danger, and we did that show, and he's like, "Yeah, I can go out and hype up the crowd, and I go out there, mind you, I was still Mr. Tech Boy at this point, and didn't really have like the hip hop clothes and stuff. So when I first got into doing hip hop shows, I come out there, there's videos on the internet, in a freaking bright orange like sweater with like and jeans, thinking I'm hot stuff, and everyone's looking at me like, who is this white boy out here looking like he just came from like the country club? Yeah. And I'm trying to hype them up, and they're starting to get hyped, and I play a song, I'm getting out there, nearly almost trip and fall on the stage, recovered thankfully, grabbed onto the table, and like was able to freaking like sustain myself where no one really noticed, but I was extremely embarrassed. Yeah. And then, so that was an embarrassing one. The next one was when we did a show at the amphitheater, and opened for Nelly and Chingy. Mm-hmm. And I come out on stage, well, it was after Nelly was done, we all came back out on stage, and as I'm running out on stage to catch up with Nick, my shirt gets caught and rips, one of my Jailbreak shirts. And they were all out there screaming at Nick, and I'm like, I can't go out there with a ripped shirt. So I start running, take my shirt off, do one of these, and throw it in the crowd. So I made part of the situation.
I was about to say that's the best
Good
thing.
That's
the best thing you can do.
That's solid.
The best thing you can do. And Nick didn't know what happened. Yeah. But Nick was like, Nick's shirt was already off. Yeah. Nick's shirt was already off. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. We're going to do this.
No, it's not about the failure. It's about the recovery.
That's a hell of a recovery.
Exactly.
That's a
Nick
good
didn't
one.
know because he was out there doing his
He
thing.
was probably just like, oh, okay, bet.
Yeah, he looked back and he's like, all right, I see you. Like, yeah, you know.
It wasn't intentional.
But, you know, it could be a thing. Nah, but he's always told me, he's like, you need to do something crazy. He's like, you need to like do a DJ set with your shirt off and dye your hair like rainbow color or something like that. He's like, you would go viral real quick.
I like the idea he gave you of just like the nerdy get up with like the birth control goggles and everything. That'd be a pretty funny stick for a show.
That would.
Hey,
But I digress.
If you want to use them, I may still have my birth control glasses from when I was in the Army.
I might have to take you up on that.
May have to pop in some,
BC goggles.
Right.
yeah, pop in
I
some regular lenses in there. Because like I'm nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other. So if you were to throw on my glasses,
where am I?
well, I hit that J too hard.
Right.
There we go.
2 of those.
So, what do y'all have in store for 2023?
Ooh.
Honestly, I'm really like, my focus is like I was talking about earlier, expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's building off of this and continuing to do shows here, getting established as an artist in Columbia, and then moving to the next city and continuing the process as far as I can take it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. If it was easy, a lot of people would do it, but I feel like I'm stubborn enough to keep trying,
Well, the Midwest outreach is definitely a big step in that direction.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm honestly super grateful for the opportunity because, like, it wouldn't be possible if y'all didn't give the opportunity. Yeah. Like, trying to do this at Rose Music Hall or something like that, I'd have to pay something, and I'd probably only make like 20% of the door while they made 60 or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Fuck
80,
math.
Yeah.
That's what we're about. We uplift the little guy, the local guy, and I don't mean that gender-wise. It's just saying.
Yeah.
As we want to help the people that can't get a break at the Rose, the Blue Note,
Right. Well, I mean, the fact
anywhere
that you
else.
do multiple genres gives you such an edge because that makes you one of 3 places I know of here in. Because you would be part of the 3. Like 2 other places in Columbia that I know of that do multiple genre events and stuff like that. Most places have a niche and they keep it there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, you pigeonhole yourself. You don't allow for growth. You
Exactly.
have to.
Right.
If not within yourself, then for the artist.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have anything special for 2023 going on?
I've got quite a few things down the pipeline. A lot of them I can't talk about because I'm still under NDA.
Yep.
But one thing I will say that I am trying to start is a new project with Dustin. And we have it. We were talking about one night. We were working on some stuff, and I was like, we have to form a group. There's Weon Entertainment. There's a bunch of group of guys out here. Well, shout out to them. They're phenomenal. I've done a lot of work with them. They're amazing people. If you haven't, go check them out. Weon ENT. But we wanted to do something where not only did we work on music, we're trying to kind of pick up on a genre, 2 different genres with our music, combining rock and heavier rock and roll with hip hop elements.
I want to call it shock hop.
Shock hop. That's what we're calling it. Shock hop genre.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're working up the kinks on it. We got a couple tracks in the works. Nothing set in stone yet, but more to come on that. And also part of it is giving back to the community. I've been blessed with a lot of big shows, like more than blessed. And I want to be able to give back. And one of the things I'm working on is I'm in talks with a couple different charities and organizations that are local and trying to donate brand new equipment for their organizations. And I'd like to even get a showcase where I got a bunch of starving artists that are thriving, giving them the means of the stuff they need to help them record and getting a project moved on that. And part of me, there's the part of me that's like, you're doing it for the good, but we're also going to turn it into like a YouTube series where I want people to come along with the journey, and I'm going to make it apparently known. Right now, you guys are the first to know this out there in the world, Sticky's Cabana exclusive. But any money that gets monetized off the views is going right back into the donations.
That's awesome.
I won't be taking any of that money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No one will be taking any of that money unless it's for help with video editing or stuff like that, because we're gonna need video people. So I'm not gonna say all the money's going to there, but it's gonna go to people to help get the project going, and then the rest is getting donated to the cause.
Yeah.
So that's just a little thing we're working on, trying to get down the pipeline, and more about that later.
There we go.
Thank you.
Well, as an aside to that, we partner with our buddy Wolf Vision Media,
Okay.
videographer, photographer, along with Lucas and his wonderful editing skills.
I got a
So,
couple music videos I need to make.
Yep. We do.
cards up there.
Perfect.
Wolf Vision Media LLC.
Hell yeah.
There's Facebook. Webpage is being developed.
Hell yeah.
Which, on that note,
Yes.
StickiesCabana.com, our new webpage. Come check us out.
Yes.
It looks good. I was looking at it a little bit before we started the.
We
this
just
video,
went live this week. It is out there and open.
Got some new rules on there that we have to follow up this year.
Yes, unfortunately, we have become an LLC. We are a legitimate business now, so we have to have insurance. We have to, well, before it was just like I said, we are a DIY project, but we're trying to go legitimate. We're trying to grow the business, trying to grow our partnerships, and
Want to continue to have a spot for the local musicians perform,
Right.
so we had to go right. So yeah, check out our
Stickies Festival.
yeah. There you go. Check out our webpage though. It'll give you a full rundown of everything for this season.
There you
All right.
For sure on there. So you have any contact info, shout outs, anything you would like to do?
Well, you can pretty much get a hold of my music under this alias. Yes, it has the money signs in it. If I would have known how much of a pain in the ass that would be with monetizing my stuff, I wouldn't have done it. But it's there now. You can find my music on Spotify and pretty much anything. I have 2 tracks. Other than that, I am on at the Real DMIDD on IG, and my Facebook, where that I usually post my music stuff, is just my name, Dustin Middleton.
Yep.
And that's how you can generally get a hold of me if you're trying to reach out for shows and stuff. That's primarily Facebook is how I get a hold of the artists, like whenever I was setting up for the showcase for the 15th to 14th and 15th of April. But yeah, so that's the best way to get a hold of me. Trying to collab or do shows.
I just want to give a quick shout out. I had a goal last year on my Instagram to get to at least 10K followers, and I'm proud to announce I made it.
There we go.
So we are at 10K. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and all the social media platforms at DJ Jailbreak, all one word. DJJailbreak.com is down, but it will be back up soon. I do own that site, and we're revamping the site, so that'll be up here the next month or so. So look out for that. You can find me on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, searching DJ Jail, Jail, 2 slashes, and then break, BREAK. Specifically, the 2 slashes are in there. It's a branding thing. There are trolls out there that have done DJ Jailbreak, all one word, and they're not the real DJ Jailbreak. The real DJ Jailbreak is sitting right here. So, yeah, but I just wanted to also give a shout out. Yes, I wanted to give a shout out to you guys as well. Thank you so much for having me on and DMIDD on, and we appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Oh, we appreciate that. Gentlemen, thank you. Yeah. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
In the middle.
There you go. And with that note,
Yeah.
This is Sticky.
I'm your furry pal Topher.
We've got DJ Jailbreak and DMIDD in the house. We will see you next week
for our final episode.
What?
with our patrons.
Yep.
It's over already?
Our top regulars. Yeah, unfortunately.
What are we going to do with ourselves?
Remember
Not to rip on Carol Burnett, but we're so glad we had this time together.
Yeah. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
It's a DJ Jailbreak
production.
I'm a big kid now. Party, my life is like a movie. They're telling me I'll never get the bitches in the jacuzzi, but I got them all naked and they're giving me that wet. I don't give a fuck, me and my homies rep that set.